Welcome to our channel. I am Mohammed Safwan. Today, we embark on a journey deep into the Earth's crust to explore the profound geological reasons behind the frequent and often formidable earthquakes that shape the lands of Turkey and Greece. These regions lie upon a remarkably restless part of our planet's surface. Here, immense slow-motion forces have been at play for millions of years, sculpting the landscape and at times unleashing their power with devastating consequences. The story of these earthquakes is not merely one of destruction, but also of creation and constant renewal. Understanding these phenomena is crucial for the safety and preparedness of the vibrant communities that call these lands home. It is a reminder that our planet is a living entity, its surface a mosaic of colossal plates engaged in an endless, powerful ballet. In this exploration, we will delve into 7 key reasons that contribute to the seismic activity so characteristic of this fascinating corner of the world. From the grand collision of tectonic giants to the subtle yet persistent pressures building from afar, we will uncover the intricate web of geological processes at work. So stay tuned as we unravel the complex and compelling story of why Turkey and Greece are so frequently rocked by the Earth's tremors. It is a journey into the very heart of our planet's power. Let's begin. Our Earth is covered by gigantic rocky slabs known as tectonic plates. These plates are in perpetual motion, drifting across the molten mantle beneath. They grind against each other, pull apart or collide with unimaginable force, and it is at their boundaries that the most dramatic geological events unfold. Turkey and Greece find themselves at a particularly tumultuous juncture, where 3 colossal sections of the Earth's lithosphere converge. The African plate pushes northwards, meeting the Eurasian plate. Caught between these titans is the smaller, yet significant Anatolian plate. This convergence is a slow, powerful collision that has been shaping the Mediterranean world for millennia. The edges of these plates are jagged and interlocked, accumulating enormous stresses within the rocks. When the strain becomes too great, the rock fractures or slips along pre-existing weaknesses, causing an earthquake. The energy radiates outwards from the point of rupture in the form of seismic waves, causing the ground to shake. The intersection of the African, Eurasian, and Anatolian plates is a fundamental engine of seismic activity. This is a zone of immense geological dynamism, where the Earth's crust is constantly being squeezed, stretched, and broken. The pressure is relentless, creating a landscape that is both beautiful and inherently unstable. Thus, the primary reason for the high seismicity in Turkey and Greece is this grand tectonic setting. This convergence ensures that the crust is perpetually stressed, reminding us of the Earth's untamed power. Nestled between the African and Eurasian plates lies the Anatolian Plate, encompassing most of Turkey. This plate is an active participant, moving westward due to pressures from its larger neighbors. The Arabian Plate pushes northwards, squeezing the Anatolian Plate, forcing it to escape laterally. This westward motion, though slow, translates into immense geological strain. As it moves, it grinds against the Eurasian Plate and interacts with the African Plate and the Aegean Sea Plate. The boundaries are zones of immense friction, causing sections to lock up and accumulate stress. When the stress overcomes the frictional strength, a sudden slip occurs along a fault line, releasing the stored energy in an earthquake. This westward progression is responsible for the high activity of significant fault systems, like the North Anatolian Fault. Therefore, the westward movement of the Anatolian Plate is a crucial reason for the high frequency of earthquakes in Turkey. The immense pressures generated by tectonic plates create profound fractures in the crust, known as faults. Turkey and Greece are crisscrossed by an intricate network of these geological scars. The North Anatolian Fault, NAF, in Turkey is one of the most dangerous strike-slip faults on the planet. Stretching for over 1,000 kilometers, it marks a major boundary where the Anatolian Plate slides past the Eurasian Plate. The NAF is a complex zone of interconnected fault segments, with a history of producing large, destructive earthquakes. Further south lies the Aegean Sea Fault system, characterized by extensional tectonics. This region is highly fractured and seismically active, affecting both Greek islands and the western coast of Turkey. Fault lines are the direct conduits for the release of tectonic stress. When the strain exceeds the strength of the locked section, the fault ruptures, causing an earthquake. The energy release travels outwards as seismic waves, causing the ground to shake. The presence of these major, active fault systems is a critical factor in the seismicity of Turkey and Greece. They are the Earth's visible wounds, where internal stresses are most dramatically released. Living near these faults means living with an ever-present potential for the ground to awaken with violent motion. Therefore, the notorious fault lines are a key reason for the frequent earthquakes in this region. South of Greece, the African plate is slowly diving beneath the Aegean Sea Plate. This process, known as subduction, occurs at the Hellenic subduction zone. The African plate grinds its way downwards, generating immense friction with the Aegean Sea Plate. Stress accumulates in locked zones, and when it overcomes the frictional resistance, a powerful earthquake occurs. As the African plate descends, it releases water into the overlying mantle, causing it to partially melt. This molten rock rises to the surface, forming the Hellenic volcanic arc. Earthquakes can also occur within the descending slab itself, known as intra-slab earthquakes. The forces involved in subduction create a highly complex stress field, leading to numerous shallower crustal earthquakes. The seismic activity associated with the Hellenic subduction zone is responsible for many strong earthquakes in southern and western Greece. These events can range from moderate tremors to major destructive quakes. Therefore, the subduction of the African plate is a fundamental reason for the high seismicity in this part of the Mediterranean. It constantly reshapes the seabed, builds volcanoes, and generates powerful earthquakes. Turkey and Greece possess an extraordinarily complex geological structure. This intricacy contributes significantly to the pervasive nature of seismic activity across the entire region. The mountainous terrains are a testament to enduring geological forces. This complex geological history has resulted in a dense network of secondary and tertiary faults. These smaller faults can produce moderate to strong earthquakes, especially near populated areas. The regional stresses from larger tectonic interactions are distributed across this intricate network of faults. Different rock types respond to stress in different ways, leading to localized amplification of ground shaking. Therefore, the mountainous and geologically complex nature of Turkey and Greece is a key reason for their susceptibility to earthquakes. This underlying structural complexity makes the entire region a dynamic and ever-shifting landscape. The story of earthquakes in Turkey and Greece is linked to volcanism. The Hellenic volcanic arc is a chain of volcanoes resulting from the subduction of the African plate. The island of Santorini is a famous example within this arc. The movement of magma beneath the surface can exert considerable stress on the surrounding rock, triggering volcano-tectonic earthquakes. The presence of active volcanism signifies a region where the Earth's crust is relatively thin, and where there is a high flow of heat from the mantle. This high heat flow can weaken the crust, making it more susceptible to fracturing. Therefore, the volcanic activity in the Aegean Sea and southern Greece is a compelling reason for the region's seismic restlessness. It is a testament to the immense geothermal energy at play. The seismic vulnerability of Turkey and Greece is influenced by large-scale tectonic movements across the Middle Eastern and Eastern Mediterranean region. The northward march of the Arabian Plate acts like a persistent continental bulldozer. This plate transfers enormous compressive stress westwards, impacting the Anatolian Plate. The rifting in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden influences the stress field across the entire Arabian Plate. These regional tectonic movements ensure that the entire Eastern Mediterranean is a zone of active deformation. The stresses that lead to earthquakes are constantly being replenished. Therefore, the persistent, large-scale regional tectonic movements are a crucial reason for the frequent earthquakes in Turkey and Greece. They ensure that the geological stresses are never fully dissipated. And so, our journey through the geological underpinnings of earthquakes in Turkey and Greece comes to a close. We have seen how the grand collision of tectonic plates, the restless westward dance of Anatolia, the presence of notorious fault lines, the profound plunge of the African plate, the land's intricate geological tapestry, the fiery breath of volcanoes, and the relentless regional pressures all conspire to make this region one of the most seismically active on our planet. It is a vivid illustration of the Earth as a living, breathing entity, constantly reshaping itself through forces of unimaginable scale. Understanding these 7 fundamental reasons is not just an academic exercise. For the millions who inhabit these beautiful yet vulnerable lands, It is a matter of profound importance. Continued scientific research, diligent monitoring of seismic activity, the development of earthquake-resistant engineering, and widespread public education are all vital components in mitigating the risks and fostering resilience. Living with a dynamic Earth requires respect for its power and wisdom in adapting to its ever-changing nature. The story of these earthquakes is a powerful reminder of our interconnectedness with the planet. Thanks for watching. I am Mohammed Safwan, and if you found this exploration into the Earth's dramatic forces informative and engaging, please do show your appreciation by liking this video, sharing it with others who may be interested, and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into natural phenomena and other fascinating topics that shape our world. We look forward to welcoming you back for our next journey. See you next time.